I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about no reply since then. Well, have you ever been in a situation where you've dated somebody or you're dating somebody and you reach out to them and they don't reply? It is absolutely agonizing when you're sitting there waiting for them to finally get back to you, and you're just constantly going over things in your head. It triggers this separation anxiety, and it, quite frankly, it scares the hell out of us, right? Because you're just like, what are they doing? Why aren't they replying to me? Because it takes really, 20 seconds to send a text message back if somebody's busy. But a lot of times, they keep you waiting, they keep you guessing, and you're trying to determine, are they not interested in me? Do they not care about me anymore? Are they ignoring me? It's terrifying. It sends us into like a primal panic, like this basic primal panic of, I'm going to die without this person, right? Now, if you have had an attachment trauma, it's going to bring up memories of our past abandonments, and it's really going to send us into this meltdown of life or death without this person. Why? Because we're wired to connect to our loved ones. It's the primary way that human beings stay safe, is our relationships. And that's the way we're wired, because we don't have wings to fly away or, claws. That's how humans stay safe, is our relationships with each other. So, when our relationship feels like it's threatened or it's ending, even if it's a perceived threat and it's not even real, well, it scares us so badly. We just get anxious and we cannot think straight. We start to panic, and that's why a lot of us reach out over and over and over again, trying to get in touch with them, and it just makes the situation worse. Maybe they just didn't want to talk to us. Maybe they were busy. Maybe they're angry at us. Could be a lot of different reasons. But the point is because thousands of years ago, being ostracized by your loved ones in the wild, it would mean death. And that is what it brings up for us when they don't reply to us. It's that fear of death. So, it's interesting how even those first 2 years of our life where we've been abandoned, that trauma can stay in our unconscious forever, really. It's amazing, actually, because I actually talked with a guy this week who remembers being in his crib and being all alone behind bars, feeling helpless and sad. And he said to me, he's like, Craig, it was like a flashback. I don't know if this was real or if I'm imagining it, but I remember being in the crib, trying to see through the bars. I couldn't see anybody. Nobody was coming to me. I felt all alone. I felt helpless. I felt sad and scared. And guess what? That is real. Those things really can stay in our unconscious. And you've heard me talk about splitting before, where around that age, around 3 or so, if your parents get a lot of demands on you, it could cause you to split and see them as either the good mommy and the bad mommy. I know this is going to be like, what? Okay. Without getting too deep. It's a trauma, and it causes us to think, this can't be my mother. Well, the reason I'm bringing this up is I had another guy who one time sat there and said to me, Craig, I can't believe it, but I literally remember as that young child thinking, this cannot be my mommy. This is not my mother. My mother wouldn't be like this. And it was. That's the crazy thing, that things go on in our unconscious and they can stay there your entire life. Absolutely incredible and fascinating stuff. So, just thought I would share that because I know many of you guys, when you're going through a breakup, if you reach out to your ex and they don't reply, they're ignoring you, they don't want to talk to you, they want nothing to do with you, it's terrifying. And it's bringing up all these things, and I want you to understand why. When you can understand why, you can kind of soothe yourself a little bit by saying, well, I know I am feeling like this, and now I know why it's so scary. And then obviously, when we talk about it, you get it out of your system, and I help you process that. That's one of the things that I do with you guys when we talk together in a Skype. I have a really, I guess, different kind of email today. I thought this one was kind of, well, you'll see. Let me just read this one, and you tell me what you think about this one. Definitely very different than most of my emails. This is about a guy in his 40s dating a woman slightly younger than him for about 5 months. Now, here is where it's completely different than most of my other videos. He met this woman on a affair dating website. So, yes, he is married, and yes, she is married. So, completely different situation, but it is valid and relevant to the point of what I was talking about earlier, okay? So, he said he didn't know much about her family life, and, you know, he didn't have a lot of information about that. This is what he said. He said, we've been dating whenever possible, this being an affair. However, the last 2 weeks I've noticed that she's pulled back a little bit, and I've been pursuing a little bit more. I know I shouldn't. Especially last week, I initiated contact 3 times, and she did once. Okay, so what's going on there? Maybe something's going on there. Remember, she's married. So is he. Before she was initiating it mostly. Last week, her texts were fine, and we banter a little. She even flirted and told me that her week has been so busy, she feels sick, and I haven't been nice to her, and she's mad, and should make it up to her with an emoji that she's just joking. I replied, but she didn't. So next day, on Friday, I jokingly asked if she was still mad, and she replied, here we go, no, not mad. Husband found out some things last night. All kinds of stuff happening. Will be in touch soon. Okay. Sounds like she finally landed herself in some hot water. Husband found out she's been having an affair. What do I say about that? Well, I say she's probably going to get what she deserves. Right? I don't think you should ever disrespect somebody like this. I have a real problem with people that are disrespectful to their partners and they cheat on them and they lie to them. I don't think it's okay, and I think it's extremely selfish and extremely immature, and I don't like it. And I think it's wrong. And if you have a problem with your partner, act like an adult. If you don't want to be with them anymore, be honest with them and end the relationship. It is not okay to continue on wasting their time with somebody that doesn't really care about them. Okay? It's not fair to them. They deserve to have a partner that actually does care about them. And if you're going to be that disrespectful to cheat on them repeatedly and have an ongoing affair, I don't like it, and I'm not okay with it. So, I don't care if you disagree with my opinion or not. That's my opinion. Okay? Act like an adult. If you're in a committed relationship, you stay committed. You don't want to be in that relationship anymore, you can end it. You can walk away. But do it like an adult and have integrity and have empathy, because you were the one that chose to get into that commitment. Okay? So you owe them the respect that they deserve. Don't get into a relationship if you don't want to be honest and have integrity with your partner. There's no reason for it. So, back to what she said. I'll recap. No, not mad. Husband found out some things last night. All kinds of stuff happening. We'll be in touch soon. Him. Our stuff? Uh-oh. Okay, no problem. Get back with me when you can. Should I be concerned? Well, I would say you should be concerned. Wouldn't you think you should be concerned if the husband found out some stuff? I would think so. Her. No reply. Wow. So now you are being tortured because she didn't even want to say anything. Who knows why? Maybe she's hiding in the bathroom. Maybe she's hiding her phone. Who knows? But she obviously is now treating you not so well. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? Because she is keeping you hanging on, right? Not fair, is it? Maybe, just maybe, now you can think about how you're feeling and how hurt and scared you feel and how you don't like how she's treating you, and take a good look at how you're treating your wife. Think about it. Okay. So, how did he handle this? He said, no contact. I haven't texted her or called. Initially, I wasn't sure what had happened. I thought maybe she blew me off since I've been acting needy with my pursuing, but thought it was a weird way to blow off someone. So I checked her husband's Facebook and noticed the same day he changed his profile picture. The old pic was with her and him hugging. The new one, it's only him. Also, he deleted a Christmas post where he's thanking her for a wonderful present and that he loved her. He's never changed his Facebook like this since we started seeing each other, so I thought maybe it is true. He caught her. Well, I would say it's pretty obvious that he caught her. She told you he caught her. Why are you assuming it's a lie? That has to do with your own insecurities. It's hard to deal with. I don't have a lot of pity on you. I'm sorry. Normally I do, and normally I have a lot of empathy for you guys. But when you are having an affair that is going on for 5 months long, it's kind of hard to have pity on you when you're being so disrespectful to your partner, to feel like, oh no, now you're being wronged. Or, I mean, come on, man. Grow up. This is not cool. You don't want to be with your wife. I get it. Sometimes relationships don't work out, and you don't have to stay with her. But it's not okay for you to have an ongoing affair like this. Like I said, some of you guys might disagree with my opinion. That's just the way I am, and I talk from my heart, and I say it like I see it. Okay. He goes on to say, it's hard to deal with this because she didn't give me any details of what happened and didn't answer my last question in regards to me and my life. I assume right now her focus is her marriage or whatever's left, and I'm not a priority. Even if before I got the impression that she was a bit careless about her marriage or that she felt she could get away with it. But it seems like she got really scared now. Seems like it to me too. And, you know, it's not your responsibility for her marriage. I mean, obviously, I don't agree with hooking up with a married woman, and I would never do it. Now, if somebody is lying and hiding, I mean, if somebody's legally separated, that's completely the other story. But, I mean, she's obviously, that's her responsibility for her marriage and to be faithful to her husband, but you're doing the same thing. Okay? Okay. He said we were having a lot of fun, hanging out, having the best sex ever. She even invited me to join her to a trip with her girlfriend in the city, but I thought it was difficult to me, but I was about to do it until this happened. Other major problem was our schedules. Sometimes she would cancel dates because she couldn't be out every single night of the week. Yeah, I wonder why. Maybe because she has a husband. Just a husband. Maybe children. What are they? Obstacles for you, of course. Okay. Also, plans changed because of our families. One of the things she did a few times when she was upset with me is ignore me. Ignore a text. One time she had misunderstood a text and took off before even I had the chance to explain anything, and I thought it was rude. You thought that was rude? So you know what rude is. So if it's rude for her to walk away before you could explain a text, how rude is it that you're having a 6-month affair? That's really rude. Man. I think you need to take a long, hard look at yourself and how selfish you're acting right now. It's not cool to do this to somebody, and you wouldn't want somebody to do it to you. And I bet that if you did, you would be devastated, because you're devastated when somebody ignores a text message. Imagine how you would feel if they had an affair behind your back. Okay, what is your question? I know what you're going to say. This is about an affair and not my marriage. You know what I'm going to say? No, you don't know what I'm going to say. But I feel so much anxiety for this affair and my marriage that I'm in incredible pain, especially this week because my wife is on vacation with her friends. I'm home alone. Gee, it's almost like you're that scared little boy in the crib that I described earlier. Now that's not the same guy, by the way, but you can see the symbolism. I'm home alone and it is hard to keep my mind busy. What should I do? You really want me to tell you what you should do? I think I kind of told you what you should do. Oh, you had a different question in mind. Of course. Keep the no contact until she does, if ever. Her last text said, "We'll be in touch soon." Would I ever hear from her? Also, I've been married for 10 years, and as you can see, I'm more focused on other women. What do I do in regards to my marriage? I'm so glad you are really considering that, because you really need to. If you don't want to be with your wife anymore, she deserves to be with somebody that really does love her and wants to be with her. And you having an affair behind her back because you're scared or want to keep her as a safety net while you explore other options is not fair, and it's not okay, and you're wasting her life, and it's not okay to put your family through this. So step up and either fix it with your wife or end it. And fixing it isn't a real option. Relationships can be repaired all the time, but don't continue to be this deceitful and hurtful behind her back. Think about it. How bad would you feel if, let's look at it this way. How bad would you feel if your dad did this to your mom? How bad would you feel for your mom, seeing your mom go through this? Think about it. Okay? Now, think about this. That's what you're doing to your children's mother. Think about that. One of the things we had in common with my affair partner is that we both understood that this was to have fun and would not leave our marriages because we live in very comfortable lives, good homes, good money, but obviously some things are missing. That's why we're having affairs. Both have had affairs a few times. Oh, geez. So this is not the first time you've had an affair? Come on, man. This is not okay. I'm going to a meditation class tonight. I need it. Thanks for your help and love your work. Well, you might not like my work so much after watching this video, but you know, I have to be honest and say it the way I see it. And quite honestly, I don't like any of your behavior about this affair, and I strongly recommend that you either work on your marriage or end it and let your wife find somebody that really wants to be with her. And you go find somebody that's a better partner for you. But you're obviously a lot more concerned with maybe getting caught. I mean, who knows? This guy might contact your wife. I'm sure you've thought about that. I'm sure you've thought about what he might do to retaliate, because I've seen that happen before. And well, you better be prepared, because you might get some lawyers contacting you really soon. As far as this situation with her, you got to leave her alone. Obviously, whatever's going on with her and her husband, she needs to figure this out and handle it however she needs to with her life. So don't interfere, because it's only going to blow up in your face, especially if the husband has her phone. Maybe she's even blocked you at this point because she's afraid that you're going to message her first. Who knows? You're just going to have to wait and see, and you're going to have to be a big boy even though you're scared by yourself. Now, as you could see, hopefully, your behavior is very selfish and self-centered, and you're only considering how you're feeling about this entire situation. You don't even seem that concerned about what's going to happen to her and her family, other than, I haven't heard from her. Is this affair over? Or what? I mean, so leave her alone. Let her deal with whatever she needs to deal with. Maybe she's going to end the affair with you. Maybe she's going to come clean to her husband. I don't know. Only time is going to tell how that plays out. But I would strongly suggest that you really consider the impact that you're having on your life, your family, and your kids, and other people's families. I mean, this is not even the first time you've done this. And if your wife catches you and takes you to the cleaners, you can't blame anybody but yourself, right? So, if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. If you like this video, throw a like on there. I know this was a very different video in a lot of ways than what I normally put out, but I'm always looking for new ways to share things with you guys. And yeah, I came across as pretty harsh today, because I just don't like when people mistreat each other, and I don't think there's any room for it or any need for it. Just come clean. If you're not happy with somebody for this long, just be honest with them. Deal with it. She might say, you know what? I haven't been happy with you for a long time either. Let's split up, but we'll, make this amicable. Who knows? You got to see how it's going to play out. But I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.